For the very first time. And Ancelotti in the last 3 Classicos has gone away to Barcelona, has gotten very, very good results over there. So he goes into this as a slight favorite for me. And of course, looking at Barcelona's current injury list, it's a worry for Xavi. Really? Now, I'm looking at how Real Madrid have been able to navigate the stormy waters of the season as stands. And when I speak about Real Madrid's stormy waters, it's essentially Karim Mustafa Benzema's absence from the team, and the fact that they didn't know where his goals were going to come from.
But they are getting the goals,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. A certain Jude Bellingham has come, and then definitely he's doing it. I don't think that Jude Bellingham will get the numbers that Benzema got at the end of the season. I don't think that it's sustainable.
He's got 11 goals already.
Yes, I don't think it's sustainable. I think that at some point in time, Jude isn't going to get that. When I watched Jude at Birmingham and at Dortmund, he didn't catch me as somebody who was going to be an attacking midfielder. Essentially, Jude's profile is a deep line playmaker and an attacking number 8. But at Real Madrid, it's a new profile. But it is his personality that's making him thrive in there. He looks like a much more charismatic person.
Wow.
And he walks into that team believing that he can do it, and he keeps on doing it. So that's one of the things that's helping. Also, it is the brilliance of Carlo Ancelotti in terms of stabilizing his teams.
Okay.
Now, before Jude Bellingham did come in and before they lost Benzema, it was a 4-2-3-1 every time. Sometimes it was a 4-3-3. In fact, Ancelotti's teams most of the times have shuffled between 4-4-2 when they want to play defensive. At Everton, at AC Milan at some point in time, when he wanted to go the Italian Catanaccio way, that's how he was playing. Now, under Real Madrid in recent times, he has realized that he doesn't have that prolific goal scorer. And Ancelotti himself has said consistently that Jude Bellingham isn't a striker. Nobody should forget that. And he doesn't think that Jude will give those goals as Benzema used to give. And he says that like he's a coach, but sometimes too, there's some truth in there.
No, but consistently, if you give us the goals, obviously our mindset will be changed. And our orientation about how you play will change.
He is saying that he doesn't think that it's going to be consistent. He doesn't think that because we've done how many games in the season?
About 10 games.
But we've not even done half of the season just yet. So it's a long way to go. Scoring 11 as it stands now, people score lots more and then they go off.
And now you know what he's doing to the player. The player now believes that he's a goal scorer. The goal he scored against Braga in Portugal in the Champions League. That was a beautiful goal. He's always there in the box.
But that's
control and his finish.
That is the responsibility of the role he's playing in at Madrid. But it's not about he being there that's going to be the issue. The fact that some of these balls will not go in at some point in time, and he's not going to get it consistently. Jude, yes, he's playing as an attacking midfield role. He's going to get into those areas. He has the knack for goals, which is brilliant. Now, I think that going into this, I'm looking at how Xavi has tried to have his team move away from the regular Barcelona way of playing, a lot of free-flowing without no defensive sense. Excuse my language. But now he seems to, especially after he brought in Ore Romeo. And mind you, Ore Romeo is a Barcelona boy.
Yeah.
But for me, one of the proper DMs, off-the-ball DMs of the game, who are from an academy like Barcelona. And I think that's one of the brilliant jobs that the Barcelona Academy have been doing in recent times, especially in the last 10 years. They realize that they have to move away from the too much technical profiles, where they have to find also physical specimens, find very combative players who would also help in the makeup of the game. Now, the game isn't just about technicalities and what's not again. It's also essential that you have physical specimens who are very good combative players, very aggressive in the middle of the park. And it's the balance of that gives you a very good team to go ahead and win games. So the inclusion of Ore Romeo, who is from the La Masia, I think in the 2010 badge or so, now in that team with Nike Gunu, who is a much more technical player. If Frankie is fit and he's in the team, it's a much more balanced team. Then up top, if you are getting either Pedri, Gavi, and the guys who are also there's a possibility they are not going to play.
Those who will not play.
Yeah.
Kunde will not play because he has knee injury. Pedri is injured, and Sergio Roberto is also injured. So these guys will not play for Man United. For Barcelona. Real Madrid, we have Ceballos, Thibaut Courtois obviously out. Hey, this Gula guy and
but even
Lewandowski is questionable.
If yesterday I saw pictures of Robert Lewandowski training. If he plays, fine. I'm sure it was probably even a light training. If he doesn't play, it's a big deal. So you look at the Barcelona team, and in as much as Xavi has tried to build a very, very balanced profile in recent times, this is a Barcelona team that's going to lack some integral players in the team. And given what you have just mentioned, it means that João Felix, who got a knock in the game that they played the last time, looks like maybe he will be able to play. He's going to be very important in between the half spaces for Barcelona. But you see, you go back to Real Madrid and it's a 4-1-2-1-2. Very, very compact. one of the mistakes that Ancelotti has done, especially in the game against Atletico de Madrid, was that he went into that game taking off his very, very good youthful exuberant midfield of Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Federico Valverde, and then Jude Bellingham, and slotting in the experienced players. In games like that, you don't just need experience; you need a balance of experience and then physicality and aggression and a lot more of the legs. So in this game, I'm expecting that he goes with Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Federico Valverde. Maybe one of them will sit off on the bench for Cruz or Modric to start. Then he has a balance of young players and then that's experience in the middle of the park.
Okay.
He does this and he exerts total control of that Barcelona midfield. Whether they are playing at home or they are playing away from home, that gives them a lot more control in the middle of the park. Because if you go against, even in terms of numbers, and one of the superiorities we always speak about in football, speak about the numerical superiorities. If you have 4 flats in the middle of the park, between Barcelona's possible 3 in the middle of the park, you are winning it in numbers. Unless Barcelona are going to play with a false 9 for that person to drop into those central areas. Of course, up top, if you have Jude Bellingham at the apex of the diamond, and then up top you have Joselu and then Vinicius Jr. One plays at the main striker, then Vinicius plays off him. I am thinking that this game is Madrid's to lose. They have everything to go away and upset Barcelona and then get the win in the El Gran Classico.
Okay.
Internacional Milan